Stark State College Massage Therapy Lab Notes with Michael Vahila, licensed acupuncturist and licensed massage therapist. Okay, so this is the routine for the massage of the back of the leg. It's very similar to what you do on the front of the lower extremity with a few significant differences. When you're doing the foot, we'll start with that, you aren't going to add any lubricant to the foot at this stage of the game. You're going to start with what's called transverse friction by my definition, where you're going to put your thumbs on either side like this and then move them in opposite directions and just gliding down. So segment by segment, it's kind of a spreading of the foot. If people are ticklish, go slower and use more pressure. So usually ticklishness comes from too light of a pressure. So this is just warming up the sole of the foot. Then we're going to use pressure touch. This is like a walking movement with your thumbs. Going to do 3 lines. Doesn't matter if you start on the inside or the outside, but just literally using your thumbs to press deeply into the sole of the foot. Then you're going to come down to what are the metatarsal heads, what we would call the knuckles on the hand, on the foot. This is where the metatarsals are. This technique is sometimes referred to as shearing, where you hold on to the heads, both underneath the foot and on top, and you're going to move back and forth. So it's a motion where you're doing this. So I'm going to go back and forth with the first 2, go over and get the second 2, third. So this is a type of joint movement, actually. And then end again with that same transverse friction. Keep in mind that there are many things that you can do on the feet, and we've just selected a few. We also worked on the sole of the foot when they were in a supine position. So we've actually done the foot twice. So you're done with the foot, and now you're going to come to the leg. Now you'll add lubricant. So as always, apply lubricant in your hand, warm it up, and we will do first just straight friction. Again, notice that you want to keep your wrists fairly straight. You can do that rotary friction technique if you like. This is also a place where in the Kellogg text he talks about circular friction. This is a place where it actually makes sense to do it. The leg is a stable limb, you don't have to hold on to it, and you can do that circular motion. And remember, that one has a specific direction. That one is distal to proximal. The whole purpose initially is just to lubricate the leg. Then we're going to go from there to kneading. So we're going to start with, this would be palmar kneading, where we're just compressing. The main line of pressure is along here. And while there is no specific direction for kneading, for whatever reason, to me it seems best just to do that in that direction. You could also do petrissage, just like you do on the quadriceps, where you grasp, lift, grasp, lift. And then we always follow kneading with friction. So first we want to, just like we do on the forearms, divide mentally into 4 or 5 segments that we'll be using the thumbs to glide. You'll do 2 strokes in each segment. So there's the most medial segment. Is that pressure okay? The calves can be tender, so don't dig in too intensely here. I mean, you want to use firm pressure, but don't overdo it. And I'm just continuing with that 2 strokes in each segment. Then we are going to add another type of friction here, sometimes referred to as spreading. We did this over the knee on the anterior leg. So the line of force, again, is along the thenar eminence, and it's as if you are spreading the muscle fibers apart. So the muscle fibers in the calf run this way, so you're going perpendicular to those. So you're done with the calf. Friction the entire limb. And now going to the lateral thigh. Here we're going to use the heel of the hand, just like we did on the front of the body, just gliding up. Just about 3 times there, and if you want to add a little bit of a rocking effect, like I said, that little pulsing adds like a rocking motion. So we're done with the lateral thigh. Now we're coming to the hamstrings, where we are going to do petrissage. This is alternating one-handed petrissage. So again, you want to grasp and lift, but when you do it rhythmically, it looks like that. And then for the deep friction through the hamstrings, we'll use the knuckles again. So we're gliding with the knuckles and follow it with the other hand behind. So that takes some of the intensity off, so you get the effect of a deep stroke, but it's also buffered somewhat. And we'll divide that into 3 segments: a lateral segment, an intermediate segment, and a medial segment. Again, 2 times for each stroke. Then we go to the adductors on the medial thigh. Same thing, alternating one-handed petrissage. Think in terms of grasping and lifting away from the bone as much as you can. That line of force again is along here. Avoid this effect, pinching or working in a rapid manner like this. Really try to grab as much tissue as you can and compress that. It will be much less ticklish. Then for the deep friction stroke, you're going to use the heel of your hand, so the force is along here, and just glide out laterally. That finishes the thigh, so then we just friction the entire leg. And here again, you can do some of your variations of friction. And then end with palmar stroking. Remember, in stroking, just the weight of the hand, or not even the full weight of the hand.